welcome in. Happy Fatfuckfriday. Happy Fatfuckfriday. Are you guys ready to eat? I'm so fucking hungry. On Fridays, I have a very light and I guess healthy. It's a very small breakfast so that I can come on stream and tear shit up. So I can come on stream and tear shit up. Oh, how's that? That's better. We're going back to the classics, boys. I had a craving and a vision. Hi everyone. Hi to the I don't know how many guys there are here, but hi to the 20 dudes and one girl. Celeste. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Sea Elements, welcome in. We're in the back rooms today. I will be actually visiting the back rooms later tonight. I'm very excited about it. I've heard a lot of good things. Wait, let me move you. I'm gonna move you here for stream. Yeah, you like my chud hat? Can you read it? It's kind of hard to read. I made it, and I'm not very good at graphic design. But you know, whatever, we make do. I just got back from it. Don't spoil it. I wanna do a review on it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, watch the Backrooms movie. Today we're gonna be talking about obsession. In between the mukbang and eating. I love alphabet soup. I haven't had it in a while. Okay, now, if you are sensitive to real life voids, especially Latinas, you might want to look away because I'm turning on my webcam to show you guys what we're eating today. Okay? Here we go. Sup, chat? I know my huge chest is probably gonna distract you from the food, but try to pay attention here, okay? We're going back to the classics. Also, did you see my nails? I did them this morning. I went to Starbucks for the first time in 5 years. 5 years, and it was so ass and so fucking expensive. The only reason I went was because they have a promotional horchata frappuccino, and you know my Mexican ass wanted to try that. So I got it. It's decent. A little too sweet, even for me. I really did like how cinnamony it was. Um, but I don't think it's worth the price. And also, I was kind of hungry because it was very early in the morning, and I got myself a bagel with cream cheese. And unlike Dunkin' Donuts, I'm pretty sure not a lot of people eat bagels in Starbucks because it seemed like an old bagel. And the cream cheese. Let me not even get you started on the fucking cream cheese. Bro, remember not too long ago, the Starbucks CEO was justifying their high prices by saying, "Oh, you're paying for the experience. At Starbucks, we treat you the best. It's like people come to us because of our exceptional customer service and ambiance and blah blah blah." Bro, they don't even fucking put the cream cheese in your bagel. Are you fucking kidding me? Is that at every fucking Starbucks? They gave me my toasted bagel with the fucking with the fucking cream cheese container that I had to peel off like this, right? And spread it on my bagel myself. What do you mean people are paying higher prices for the service and experience? The experience of preparing my own fucking bagel? Are you serious? Bro, I was so pissed. It's such a different experience from going to my local Dunkin' Donuts, which is clean. They prepare your bagel for you, and their coffee is good. It's not like Starbucks coffee quality is like so much better. It's not. It's not. They just, I think, make their shit so sweet that people can't even tell the difference. I I will never go to Starbucks again. Never. What a shitty fucking experience. I can't believe I paid way more than I usually would at Dunkin' Donuts to prepare my own bagel. That was crazy. And it was packed. And I was just sitting in there thinking, man, we're all just a bunch of retards, huh? Overpaying for like the shittiest fucking service and mid food. Yeah, I'm never going there again, bro. Anyway, this is what's on the menu today. I know it's really simple, but I was craving a loaded ramen. I made crispy breaded chicken to top it, and just sliced spring onions on top. I do also like this, like most Mexicans, smothered in hot sauce and lime, but I only have a lemon, so I'm gonna use that. Wait. That's what a good lemon sounds like. I'm paying for the experience, and I'm going to get the full value by experiencing the windows with the break. Man, that was so lame. And honestly, there was like there is a pair of older brown ladies in front of me. I don't know if they were Mexican or like Filipino. uh, but they were having a hard time ordering and it was taking forever. And usually, if they look Latino 100%, I'll I'll help get things moving because I want to get my shit and leave like everyone else. So I'll intervene and translate so things go smoother. But in this specific situation, I wasn't sure if they were Latino or Filipino, Cambodian. I was like, are they Mexican or Filipino? I really don't know. So I didn't intervene this time. But oh my god. I was getting frustrated because the line was so big. I was like, you know what? I'm starting to understand some people. This was frustrating, bro. Especially really early in the morning when you haven't had your coffee. Dante? Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. I mean, thanks for the heads up, but it says it's a mukbang ASMR stream in the title, so I figured if you click here, you know what you're getting, right? And yes, I have, it's not his skin, right? Okay. Those are separate cans. This is the one we're drinking today. Hear that? That's what a good Dr. Pepper sounds like. I dropped some. You didn't see that? Like clockwork. Right away. We got our very Mexican hot sauce. Valentina. Also, speaking of Mexicans, I don't like how a lot of people started coming up with ideas to make Noche de los Grandes better and generating AI pictures of El Grande Americano proposing to his girlfriend, who he's known for like not even a year. And they're saying, you know what would finish off the night and make it like an epic event? If he proposed to his girl at the end of keeping his mask, at the end of winning his huge match. I was like, don't do that. Come on, bro. Like, they haven't even known each other for a year. Like, and also, it doesn't need to be televised. Not every WWE relationships needs like an entire fucking timeline on television. Like, what the fuck are we doing, dog? it's kind of cringe, honestly. I don't know, maybe I'm bitter and and boyfriendless. What? Oh, that's my mom, bro. ¿Qué quieres? Que no sabes que estoy comiendo. Actually, let me call her back, because I don't like just start texting and taking breaks and stuff like that. I should have kept the audio on because the end of that call was so retarded. So my mom was checking that I'm alive and well because one of her work friends. What the fuck? It's not clean. Oh, there we go. That's better. My mom was calling because one of her work friends saw a car accident on her way to the office, and she was like, oh my god, what kind of car does your daughter drive? Because I remember I thought it was this car, blah blah blah, and I just saw an accident. You should call her and make sure that she's okay. So my mom's just making sure that it wasn't me in that car crash or whatever. But yeah, everything's fine. There's like a fucking dry chunk. Yeah, no wonder she called me. Cause she usually texts me, but I know if she calls me it's important, so. I don't want to make it too spicy. Also, there's so much fucking. It absorbs so much. It's like fucking seeping out. Oh no. I forgot they're actually had where's the noodle arm. A video recently of a white woman since she invented flat tacos, and she showed off all those stuff. I love white ladies, never change. She's trying to colonize her cuisine too. Oh, I did see those like Korean style tacos that Pocho made. They look good. Dayo just had microwave. Think of ramen heated up in your hands like the pink pocket pre-made stuff. It's a funny thing. We don't really have room for a microwave in the kitchen. So we keep it in the garage. I'm sure my roommates use it more than me, but I'm always too lazy to go all the way down there. I'm used to microwave. So I use the stove. I boil the water and pour it in instead of putting this in the microwave, which you're not supposed to do, by the way, but I didn't fucking know now. I grew up microwaving these, bro, and it's just right there. Don't microwave it. Has there no room in the kitchen for a microwave? We have an air fryer. My mixer, which I fought for because no one else is gonna use it. But I promised to make everyone baked goods and homemade pizza, so I convinced them to let me keep it in the kitchen counter. Then we also have our dish rack, some spices, oh, a knife block, coffee machine. Yeah, we put a bunch of stuff there, so there's no room for the microwave. Yeah, the mounted microwave is for like newer houses. I live in a really old house. I mean, did you hear the way it sounded yesterday when I did the jumping jacks? Oh. Yeah. If you live in a house with a mounted microwave, it's probably a nice house. At least nicer than most of my houses, that's for sure. need some more hot sauce. Oh, that's too much. Yeah. The only time that I got to see microwaves mounted on top of the oven or the walls was when I would go to my white friends' houses. So I've known their thing for a while. I've just never lived in a house with that setup. Which is really smart because it must save you a lot of space. Oh. Why did minors amount it? I didn't say all white people. I said my white friends. As I live in this older, but it's been before. We should have previous owners must have put it in. Yeah, probably. The steamer my parents had? I've never used a steamer. Our life friends were fancy with the rednecks. I had all types of white friends. Rednecks, suburban cul-de-sac, and then there was the occasional Asian friend that was adopted by a white family. I had a lot of those friends too. Thank you for the 100 biddies, Scoop. You want some ramen? Happy Chod Friday. This guy is welcome in. ¿Cómo estás, compa? We're eating good today. Spicy chicken ramen with chicken and me breaded chicken and sliced it on top. I feel like Obsession is not only really popular because it's actually a good film, but I think a lot of girls, especially Latinas, are taking their boyfriends to watch it to remind them that it could be a lot worse, that it's not that bad. That they're not that bad. I think that's why it's reaching popularity levels that apparently not even the new Star Wars movie can keep up with, which is insane, bro. I think Obsession and Backrooms are going to blow the new Star Wars movie out of the water. That's oh, my bad. If you were to tell me this like 10 years ago, I would have not believed that at all. It goes to show that a lot of forms of media, people are kind of bored of them. The expectations are not very high. They want something new. Doesn't seem like that hurt. Anything that's not true. A24 made that Rock movie and it was a flop. A24 also made there's a bunch. There's a lot of examples, but I think back in the day the A24 glaze used to be a lot louder. Now they've had enough films that have been pretty mid, to the point where we don't see a lot of that as much anymore, which I'm glad, because it was really annoying. The fucking like A24 enthusiasts that were like, oh, this is for sure gonna be a really good movie because A24 is involved. Like, okay, bro, shut the fuck up. Wait, did A24 meet me? No way. Martyrs? Mortars? How the fuck do you say that? Oh. I appreciate that. Thank you. I would say this is actually one of the worst days to be introduced to me, because it's pretty loud. Sounds ugly. Also, I used a clip from like 3-4 days ago on TikTok today, and it got me flagged. It got me in trouble. It's the one clip where Coop says love yourself, and then I start going Puffy, oh no, we shouldn't do this in front of them. Oh. Of course, that fucking gets me flagged, and I don't know what I was thinking. I just thought it was funny, but you know what? Fairs. That got you in trouble. I know. I've seen like straight up, I'm not gonna say it, camel toe outlines and booty hole outlines with the dancing girl TikToks. There was one time where they were making it a trend to wear the most like fucking wet napkin type of clothing, so it was very see-through, and they would just dangle everything right in front of the sun, so you could see, you know, bits and pieces. And that was like a trend like a year ago. Holy shit, that was like a choir. That was like a choir, bro. Bro, first graders do what you did. I did not think, what the fuck? Yeah, I didn't think it was that bad, but like, once I got hit with the, we removed your video, you're flagged. I was like, okay, fair, I guess. I guess it's a little too much. I did submit an appeal, but I thought they're gonna reinstate it or approve it or whatever. We'll see. I thought it was funny. You convert me is right. I miss being bird, bro. Now I gotta fucking put up with this gas. Like some fucking fat, gassy chud. I think I got you flagged. Yeah, I got myself flagged, it's okay. You didn't tell me to post that clip. I was also considering posting the clips where I was ranting about Marilyn Monroe being on the popular female actress list. And how she's just there because of nostalgia faps. But now I'm scared to post that one. I think YouTube is a little bit more relaxed about those type of jokes. Don't knock a nostalgia fab, but like, she was higher than Mila Kunis and Salma Hayek, who are alive. What the fuck, man? You know what? I'm not even gonna rant about this again. The audacity, man. Most of the liquid. Oh, that's spicy. Most of the liquid got absorbed by the noodles. I did not slurp very much. Look at this. What the fuck? Mila Kunis and Salma Hayek? Why would that be bad? I think they're pretty well known. I mean, a lot of people grew up with them. They're very popular actresses. It's not like they're porn stars. I don't know any porn stars' names except two. Riley Reid, because she gets mentioned in songs a lot. And I remember I was listening to a Bad Bunny song, and he's like, "Una chica porno loca como Riley Reid," or some shit like that. And I was like, who's that? I had to look it up. And then I was like, oh, I know this girl. I remember her because of her back tattoo. I thought it was cool. But the other one, whose name I know by memory, I can't even say her name because the only reason why I know of her is because she looks a lot like me. Like, a lot. So, I self-inserted into her stuff. Oh my god. I just thought it was pretty cool that there's someone that looks almost exactly like me doing all that stuff. Did I it, it's nice in like it's nice in like a fantasy level, but I would never do that stuff. I'm too shy for that, but you know, man, good for her. I I hope she keeps it up because I'm like I'm living through her. At least sexually. At least sexually. I might not be getting my shit plapped, but you know, it's almost like I'm the one experiencing it, because you look at the videos and you know, you're like, that's literally almost me. the, the only huge difference is that she actually has nice titties. I mean, they're fake, but they're nice. So, it's... Oh, what the fuck? It's basically what my life would be like if I got a nice boob job and fucked a lot. It's not the milkmaid. I haven't seen that guy in a while now. I hope my neighbor has milk. I hope it's doing well. Yeah, I hope the milkman's doing well. They're nice. They're not feeling shows. Nice try. I didn't even... You know how I found out about her too? Because one of the guys that I graduated with messaged me, and he was like, "Oh my god, this girl looks exactly like you." That's not you, right? Bro, he messaged me that like 2 years after we graduated high school. I hadn't heard of him from him in like 3 years, right? So could you just imagine one day chilling in your house and then getting a DM? From some dude. We went to high school. We weren't even like chill like that too, which is crazy. Yeah, total zero awareness. he, he was like, you didn't... It's not like a stage name or a fake name, right? Like that's not you, right? And I was like, no, dude, that's. I don't got tits like that. I don't know if you've seen me around lately, but I don't got tits like that. And he was like, oh, okay. That just like freaked me out. And I was like, I'm sure it did. Am I supposed to think that he stumbled upon it, stopped jerking his shit? It was like, oh my god, is this you? But probably finished thinking that it was me, actually. Like, who does that, man? Even, let's say it was me. Like, what now? Where do we go from there? He was cranking away and recognized For 1 minute to be you, I think so. Just admit if I happen to text someone to see if they're in a porn actors. Maybe he did stop mid-porn actually, because that seems like some stupid shit that you would do when you're horny still. This seems like a pre-nut activity, not gonna lie. Maybe he was just making sure that it wasn't me, so he can keep jerking off to it without feeling bad. Yo, this Star Style looks reminded me of you. Is that you? Can I hit type shit? For real? Like, even if it was, and I was like, yep, that's me. Okay, so what now? Like, I don't know you, dude. I haven't talked to you in like 3+ years. Aaron talks about how horrible post-night clarity is. Rather, I am here to tell you, pre-natal leads to way stupider decisions. That's true. That's true. If you're ever thinking of texting an ex or are gonna do something stupid because you're a little lonely, you should see if you feel the same way after you busted one. At least he didn't ask permission to finish. You probably wouldn't have felt bad. I probably ruined his nut. He's like, oh man, that's not the girl I went to high school with. Fuck. Obviously now you fuck crazy star. Obviously. Duh. I feel like I'm fucking right now. We're just ramen. I don't want it to end. So this is not even scoopable. I have to sip it. last sip of ramen. Cheers. Oh. Seen that nice more channels, people asking for permission. Permission? To bust? Grown ass man? I know it's a kink, but like, Jesus fuck. It was so good that I actually finished eating it within the first hour of stream. Whoops. And I would say that's the last of it, but I still have a good amount of my Dr. Pepper because I saved the best for last. You're so damn bad. You are planning to skyride to have your permission to come. This just be me. Imagine you happen to do that the same day that a guy was scheduling his proposal. He tells his fiance to look up at the sky, and instead it's your message. That would be fucked up. Like, she'll be like, oh my god, in front of my entire family. That would be wild. I did make a joke about planes in 9/11. That one didn't really come to my mind. Mine was more original. Everyone makes 9/11 jokes when they hear planes. Not me though. I'm different, you see. That's gonna be funny. I had an inside job, aka in an office, and on my last week, after I handed in my resignation, I did absolutely jack shit. I didn't do anything. All my vlogs just you know, I didn't found that week, and my boss made a mistake of leaving me alone in the office to answer calls. Literally, a day before my last one. And I was like, I was picking up the phone and I didn't even care. It could have been an investor, another branch of the company, accounts payable, a fucking accountant, the bank. I didn't care who was calling. I would pick up the phone and play a random song for them and see how long they could take it before hanging up. And there's this one lady that I answered to, and I played Tyler the Creator's Tamale. She was only able to handle it for like 15 seconds. I'm surprised she was there. That's unbelievable. You didn't care for the company's revenue. And I used to took like a 2-hour lunch. I took like a 2-hour lunch that day too, because like I said, they pretty much left me to take care of the office, and I was just like, tomorrow is literally my last day. I don't give a fuck about any of this. You were leaving the wrong person in charge. I was like, yeah, I mean, they were gonna be well off anyway. They. Holy fuck. I always want to let a hospital center come system and just play some foul shit. I played NYA's She Swallowed It. It was a lot of NWA and Tyler the Creator. I took off. But yeah, can you imagine going, like being an accountant and calling another company about money they owe you? And the person answering just plays. First things first, you grab the dick, then you lick it up and down. Take it slow, don't rush it. Oh my god. You're an accountant, but you cover some bitches. First grab the dick, then rotate 720 degrees. I'm not even gonna ask. I was just talking about the time I answered a lot of company calls with random foul songs. Because I thought it was funny. And also I didn't give a fuck at that point. And they left me alone. If they hadn't left me to attend to the entire office, I probably wouldn't have done that shit. bored. And I know what you're thinking. If you were bored, couldn't you have, I don't know, maybe done your job? No. It's my last week there, okay? They're lucky I'm even coming into work. I will say, my first week there, I did something really retarded that it was probably not the best first impression to my coworkers, because I got a bagel from a deli next door, and I thought the wrap the wrap for it was like parchment paper, and it could handle the heat of the mini oven in the office. It wasn't. It it set the thing on fire. Oh my god. And like I freaked out and I pulled it out, and half of the bagel was like still on fire. And so I dunk it in the trash, and then I pour my fucking coffee over it. And there's 3 people in the office just witnessing that entire scene. Oh my god, bro. I was so fucking embarrassed. That was literally like my second day there. They were probably like, oh my gosh, we hired some special kind of retarded in way. Yeah, major aura loss for me. I learned my lesson. Never trust paper that looks like parchment paper. But yeah, everyone looked at me like I was so retarded, bro. This girl came up to me and she's like, "Are you okay?" She goes, you know that's an oven, right? Don't put paper in there." Oh my god, bro. It was for the second day, not the first. Oh my god. Just thinking about it makes me cringe. I was so embarrassed that entire day. I was like, okay, I have to be like the best worker ever today to make up for this shit. That happens after you lose over. You have to actually work. Same. I would have made fun of you for the Fairs. That's fairs. Keep comfy. Okay. Now that we're done with the eating portion of the stream, I wanted to take a moment and talk about obsession for a little bit. I should get rid of this. There we go. Can you please spin when it's over? Thank you. I guess I got it. Here's what I'll do. What? Where's the sign? Is it this? Oh, yeah. I'll hold this while I talk about obsession. Once you see me take it away, that means we're done talking about the film. Okay. John 3 Simulator, the movie. So, I saw Obsession on a day before it premiered everywhere. I went to an early screening and the movie theater was packed. It wasn't anything as crazy as when I went to watch Weapons, but ever since Obsession came out, it became so much more popular due to word of mouth that if I look at the tickets for tonight's shows, I'm pretty sure they're all going to be packed. They say it's an insult movie. I can kinda see why. It without without spoiling a lot of details, because I do want you guys to watch it. So even though I'm gonna discuss it and tell you guys the plot and the parts that I thought stood out, I don't wanna give you the whole sandwich, okay? But the main character, Bear. His name is Bear. He is kind of a hopeless romantic. He is desperate to be loved, specifically by one of his co-workers who he's had a huge crush on for some time now. And this girl's name is Nikki. So Bear has a huge crush on Nikki, who at the start of the film, if if you know anything about the way women act when they really like you, it's pretty easy to tell that she does not like the way that he does. You know? So, the opening scene of this film is actually Bear and sitting down at a diner, confessing his feelings to Nikki. But this is actually just a practice round, and he's confessing to a random waiter. Just to kinda get it off his chest and get input from one of his best friends who also happens to work at the same music store that Bear and Nikki work in. And after he's done with his confession, his friend was like, "Dude, that was corny as shit. That was trash. I'm so glad you didn't do that in front of Nikki, because, dude, that was bad." Hi, hamburger, welcome in. So he's basically getting himself ready. He's like trying to get himself hyped up to confess to this girl. Let me move you guys here. And we see them clock into work, and Bear tells his friend, I forgot his name, honestly, the friend's name. We'll call him Ralph for now. No, wait, hold on. This is gonna bother me. Cooper. His name is Cooper. Okay, there we are. So they all go out partying. And Cooper's like, "Bear, don't confess during trivia night. Like, dude, she's gonna ruin trivia night for us, and like, this is all I got. I look forward to this. I look forward to this every week. Please, bro, don't take this from me." So he's trying to convince Bear not to confess his feelings during trivia night. And Bear actually did not want to even come to trivia night because his after getting home from work, he found his cat dead in the living room. So, if this was anyone, of course he would bum you out. He wouldn't wanna do anything, or much less go out in a crowded bar. Lips. So pretty normal response from Bear. He wasn't even gonna go to trivia night, but Nikki convinced him by telling him, we really need your brain. You're so smart. You should really come down. Blah blah blah. And Bear, being the guy that he is, just sucks it up. Doesn't tell anyone that his cat passed away and he needs some time. And he ends up going to trivia night like everything's fine. Classic guy. So Bear meets his friends and coworkers at the bar, and they drink, they talk, and once he is left alone at the bar with Sarah, another coworker slash friend. Once they're alone in the bar for a moment, she notices that Bear doesn't seem like himself, and she's the first person to ask him if he's okay. And he actually tells her, I'm not feeling so well because my cat passed away. And she's like, oh, that's so sad, I'm so sorry, blah blah blah, So she hugs him, they have a nice little moment. And then the other two come around with drinks. They drink some more, they have a good time. And then we see them leaving the bar with Sarah and Ian. Oh, sorry, his real name is Cooper. In the movie, his name is Ian. Dude. I thought it was Fatfuckfriday. No, it's Fatfuckfriday. Okay? We are embracing our inner fat fuck now. I might not look like it. I might not look like it, but after that meal, I feel pregnant. You can't see. It's kind of hard to see. Just trust me. I'm food pregnant right now. Was that movie related? Yes, pregnancy does come into the movie later. But let's not get ahead of ourselves right now. I'm kidding. No one gets pregnant in this movie, chat. Don't get excited now. Anyway, Nikki tells them she has things to do in the morning and she doesn't wanna keep on bar hopping or drinking, even though Ian and Sarah really wanted to keep the party going. So Bear sees this as an opportunity to, you know, spend some quality alone time with Nikki. And he drives her home and gives her. It seems that he's trying to get the courage to confess to her, but instead he ends up taking Ian's shitty advice of, you know, you can't be too nice to girls. Sometimes you gotta be a little mean to them, or like playfully bully them. And so they see that you have some interest in them. Honestly, I feel like this only works with maybe some girls and tomboys. Any guy that tells you that like you should bully a girl that you like, don't listen to them. Unless they're a little bit like quirked up and you know that you guys can joke around like that. Don't bully or like fucking try to playfully be mean to girls that you like. Garbage dating profiles are full of looking for banter. Yeah, not bully but tease is good. Exactly. Being like teasing here and there is fine. I think even some women might not be big fans of that, but depending on how you go about it, really, I don't see it as a big deal. Bully with love? Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Isn't that something that would happen in middle school? Yeah, but some people never grow out of that, like, phase or tactic because it worked in middle school. Maybe once or twice. And they're like, adult women will like this, right? Bye, hamburger. Have a good day at work. But anyway, he tries to playfully bully her by saying, hey, do you remember how in high school people used to call you Freaky Nikki? And she like froze for a second and was like, ew, I hate that. Why would you like even bring that up? Like, what the fuck? And she caught on to him like being a little bit more awkward than usual, and she straight up asks him, Bear, do you like me because if you do, now is your chance to tell me. And Bear, embarrassed, denies it. And so she walks away annoyed back into her house. And see, I'm leaving out details, but earlier that night, Bear stopped by this like hippie crystals like knick-knack store where he purchased a gift for Nikki, which he was planning to give to her, I guess before or after he confessed to her, I don't know. But seeing how he pissed her off and she stormed off, he was there in the car with the wish willow box in hand. And I don't know if wish willows are even like a thing, or it was something they invented specifically for the movie. One wish willow by now. It's sold out. Oh, they're selling like damn. W advertising. If you look up One Wish Willow, you can buy like a freaking replica of the one in the movie. So, does it show it here? Yeah. Remove from the box, make a wish, spark the middle, and break it in half. What are you wishing for? So, per the box instructions, he does. He follows the steps. He takes out the wish willow, breaks it in half, and he wishes that Nikki loved him more than anyone else. And almost immediately after that, she and I love that the way that a lot of these scenes were made, because it was so creepy how we go from watching him break the One Wish Willow in his car to looking down from his lap to Nikki's house and just seeing her shadow standing there looking at him and not saying a thing. That scene was very well done. You just instantly know that something is off. But you know, when we see a lot of these things, we just it's more like a, you know, like a fun thing. No one actually, it's like hopium, but we don't really think that these things are going to happen. We wish we did. But this is one of those, you know, careful what you wish for stories. And actually, the director, Curry Baker, he got the idea, the inspiration for this movie from an episode of The Simpsons. Let me show you. It was an episode from Treehouse of Horror where Bart gets a hold of a monkey paw and he just wishes and causes chaos. Where is it? Bart gets a monkey paw and causes a bunch of chaos. We've seen Be Careful What You Wish For tons of times, but we've never seen my version of it. I instantly started thinking about what I could do with that. So, Curry Baker got inspiration from an episode of The Simpsons. Anyway, Nikki, after we see her standing outside like this, she immediately approaches the car again and tells Bear if he wants to come inside. So she tries to get him in her house, but he tells her that he has to go home and it's getting late. And instead of insisting to go into her house, she does a 180 and tells him that it's actually really rough for her to be in her house right now, especially in her state, you know, because they've been drinking. And she opens up about her personal life and tells Bear that her dad is really sick, that he has cancer, and being in her house is really rough for her mentally. So she tells him that she doesn't want to spend the night alone, and she asks Bear if she can come along with him to his house. And you know, if you're in Bear's position and the girl that you've been crushing on tells you something personal like this, you know, you feel inclined to help them out a little bit, and you know, not let them wallow in their sadness alone. So they drive to his house and they get comfortable. Bear, being, you know, the shy, awkward guy that he is, he sets up some blankets and pillow in the living room so she could have his bed. and she insists on them sharing a bed, which at first Bear is super hesitant and against. Mainly because she's sad and drunk. So he even said it to her, "You're in a very vulnerable state right now, and I don't want to take advantage of that." Which is really funny because that doesn't last very long. I'm sorry, chat. I also was holding on to the hope that Bear was a nice, shy, awkward, quiet type of guy. But I think the reason why people say this is a quote-unquote incel coded movie is because Bear is so desperate to have someone love him that he's willing to overlook all of the red signs. And okay, so he tries to be respectful and not join her in bed, but he also doesn't fight it much, and they end up laying down next to each other. And soon enough, she throws herself at him, and Bear is hesitant and tells her, "Hold on, are you just doing this because you're drunk and sad? I really don't want to be that guy." And she's like, "No, of course not. Like, Bear, I like you." Kind of like that moment where Sakura told Naruto, "I like you," but it was like complete bullshit. That's what it felt like. And so Bear doesn't fight it. He doesn't fight it much after that. He leans in for the kiss. They start making out. His sparkles are flying out. His shit probably rock hard. And suddenly, it's like Nikki snaps out of whatever the fuck has been making her act this way. And in the middle of the makeout session, she freaks out and is completely lost. So can you imagine making out with someone and all of a sudden they go, "Oh, what's happening? Oh my god, get away from me!" And like they both freak out. But whatever is taking over Nikki gets back on the steering wheel and she pretends like nothing happened. She's like, "Oh," she's like, That was weird, huh? Anyway. And Bear is really shaken by this. He asks her, Nikki, what the fuck? Like, what was that? and she's like, oh, you know, I'm just still a little bit tipsy. I'm just a girl. Sorry if I scared you by being silly and goofy. Which is such a bullshit excuse. But you know, Pierre eats it up and he's like, okay, whatever. Let's make out. Being desperate and convincing yourself something's okay is not quite the same as being an incel, but there is a fun line. Incels beyond the literal meaning are usually also directly shitty, spiteful people. Yeah, that's why I feel like I don't really see Bear as an incel, because but I do definitely see him as a selfish, desperate person. And I think the only, well, not only, there are several common things, but one of the most, one of the things that Bear and I guess an incel would have in common is that they're just not good people. I fuck with people that, like, ironically call themselves incels, femcells, whatever the fuck. Like, I don't take that shit seriously. Some people just like to joke about it because, you know, they haven't had a partner for a while or whatever. But if you unironically call yourself an incel, like, if you are trying to seriously take on that label and title, brother, seek some help. Like, socialize more, go outside, just get some help, brother. Like, there are people that unironically try to take that label and title and wear it like it's a badge of honor, and I think those people are really sad, man. They're sad, miserable, and they remind me of online Karens. I see incels in VTuber and anime spaces all the time, and they're always annoying and have the most brain dead fucking takes. So, while I know some people joke about it or, like, you know, ironically call themselves incels or whatever, I think it's funny, but the ones that take that shit too seriously and make it their mission to like pester women and people online, they're so fucking annoying, bro. Yeah, I wouldn't can't say you're an incel if you blame yourself. I mean, it's okay to also blame the other person sometimes, but it doesn't have to turn into a I hate this gender now thing. That's retarded. My problem is women aren't ever going to approach me. Yeah, most women won't, really. Especially nowadays. Like, one time, I was going to a party with some friends, and we approached what I thought was a normal looking man in like his early 30s. He didn't even look weird or anything. Bro, we approached him just for directions because we couldn't find the unit and Google Maps was weird. So we asked for directions and he pulled down his pants immediately. I was like, what the fuck? Bro, the most like normal looking man. That shit, like, I was so pissed off. Dude, me and my friend were like, what the fuck? We got to the party with a fucking story and some trauma, bro. I was not expecting to see a random man's penis before arriving to this party, bro. So, it's gonna be rare for women to approach men out in public. I'm sorry to tell you. And like, we approached him. And we approached him like, he looks so normal too. I couldn't believe it, bro. But yeah, I can't really blame people for not approaching strangers on the street. I'm a dude and I have experienced that as well. Never be alone in LA. Holy shit, bro. What the fuck is going on? So yeah. Sorry guys, but you have to you're gonna have to be the ones approaching women if you want to talk to them in public. I know, but it's just the way things are. Like, can you really blame them when they grow up approaching random people and like they're getting flashed? So yeah, it's not common. Imagine talking to a woman. Hey, I think as long as you don't randomly pull your dick out in the conversation, the worst they can do is say they're not interested or not give you their number. All things considered, I would call that a pretty good interaction. Guys, all you gotta do, I know it's hard. I know for some people it's hard for some reason. And I don't mean that as a pun, but if you just approach women without pulling your dick out, I think the worst thing they could say is, no, I'm not interested. cousin once was talking to a girl, and he was leaning against some plywood. There was a nail in his pants that got caught. He fell and his pants ripped right in front of the girl he was hitting on. Oh my god. I feel so bad for both of them. What the fuck? There's definitely words they could have said. Yeah, I can think of some. Like, ew. Or, what the fuck are you staring at? My brain will never accept that the worst they could do is say no. Clearly they have a nuclear warhead in their bag. I've had women tell me I should kill myself for even asking. Well, okay, this sounds like those bitches are crazy. She wasn't even good looking, but she seemed kind. I guess I was wrong. That's how I felt when I approached that older gentleman who seemed very nice. I was like, oh, he's not very nice. I didn't ask for that, sir. The worst thing they could say is yes, depending on the woman, yeah. This reaction I got was laughter, followed by her taking my picture and laughing more. It sounds like something that would happen at like a rom-com. You should have gotten really swole and pretty women their asses. Women be mean and judgmental nowadays. I think it goes both ways. Just that I think in general women are just more defensive about being approached by strangers, because if you were a human female child at some point, some dude probably tried to flash you, touch you, kidnap you, etc. Like, I had this happen to me a lot of times when I was in middle school, and I was the most bomb ass masculine looking little girl that you could imagine. Like, a lot of times I didn't even look like a girl, bro. I wore baggy guy clothes all the time, and I still got harassed and flashed and you know, approached by strange men. So the way that women and men grow up looks very differently, unfortunately, and a lot of people forget that. I don't think one gender has it worse than the other, because I grew up around all boys, And a lot of the issues that men have are because of the way they're raised and how society pushes for them to be the strong figure, the dependent ones, and they're also told that showing emotions or talking about certain things makes them feminine or gay, and they should suck it up if they're having certain feelings and shit like that. So they have their own set of problems for sure, but unfortunately, being a little girl is not much better. You don't have a lot of pressure to be tough and like dependent, I guess. But it does have its cons. They both do. And I think that's something that people don't realize or don't really think about much if they've only experienced one side of it. I've experienced both sides of it. So I'm the type of person that, to me, it's not a battle for who has it worse or who currently has it easier or whatever, because they both have their pros and cons for sure. Guys are raised on the idea that emotions make you weak. Yep. So a lot of us become jaded and stoic until we break. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's dead on. and women definitely do have it a little bit easier when it comes to expressing your feelings, emotions, and yourself growing up. But I was not expecting my childhood growing up to be so rapey. as a girl that didn't even look like a girl a lot of the times, that came as a big surprise to me. So imagine if I was actually feminine and girly, bro. I probably would have experienced that a lot more. So I can only imagine how bad it is for women that have been feminine and girly all their lives. Oof. That shit must really suck. Oh yeah, we got a little bit derailed. Also, hi Greed, but I got two different groups of girlfriends and they both think I'm gay, even though I like girls in each group. But I wasn't aggressive because I'm shy, so they took that as being gay. I don't know. I feel like I've never really confused like non-aggressive, shy, quiet guys for being gay. But that's just me. If I think a guy is gay, you can't usually tell. Like, there's signs, be it the way they dress, their mannerism, or if they are too. I don't mean to say gossip is just for women, but if they are too involved in gossip, because usually that's not something guys care about, let's be honest here. But I've personally never labeled guys that aren't aggressive or quiet and shy and nice as gay. I did clock one of my friends that confessed to me, and when I asked him, like, are you gay? And it wasn't because he confessed that he liked me, it was because his mannerism. Like, he kinda had a little cunty walk, and he would talk with his hands a lot, like a woman. I feel like when women talk, they move their hands a lot. And I just kind of assumed that he was in the closet and would eventually come out. But I was right. cause he tried to play it off and be like, no, I'm not gay. What makes you like say that? And I was like, I don't know, bro, just a hunch. Broke him out. He came out of the closet like a year later. I was like, yeah, we all knew that. Gay zone instead of friend zone. That's crazy. But yeah, I don't know, maybe those girls had a shitty gay radar, but I think mine's been pretty good. I think mine's been pretty dead on. The fuck is the cunty walk? It's when you move your hips a little too much when you walk. You know, when your walk has a little sass to it. A little sass to it. He walked like that. I don't talk with my hands, but if I see someone talking with their hands, I will have an overwhelming urge to mimic them, and if they catch me, I pretend I'm doing gigs. Or hand puppets. No, this is not me doing hand movements. I'm doing gang signs, dog. I'm hard as fuck. But yeah, anyway, enough about the gay zone. Let's go back to the movie. Let's go back to talking about the movie. That by dude. He did have cake. He did have cake. Anyway, moving on. Oh right, so she has a schizo moment in the middle of their makeout session, but plays it off, and Bear, like a fucking idiot, eats it up and says, okay, you know what? She's drunk. Maybe she took something else. And she's tweaking a little bit. So instead of smashing, they go to sleep. And in the morning, she apologizes to him and, you know, tells him, oh, that was pretty weird, huh? I had some, I think DMT. I forgot what type of drug she mentions. But she basically explains to him that the reason why she was acting weird was because not only was she drunk, but she also took some other random drug. Does he know it was because of his wish at this point? No. He doesn't. He hasn't confirmed it, but he definitely thinks that there's something up going on. Like, all of the stuff that happened the night prior freaked him out to a degree. But as soon as she apologized and told him, hey, I took this other drug, I wasn't just drunk, so if I was acting weird, I'm sorry about that. And that kinda reels him in again. He's like, oh, okay, thank God, like, we didn't have sex together, cause I would have taken advantage of you if that was the case. And she's like, no, you know, sorry about that, blah blah blah. And you know, they go on about their work day. And Ian, that's his name, right? Yes, Ian notices that Nikki and Bear came into work at the same time, and he gives Bear the classic "you sneaky dog, you." You guys did the hanky panky last night, didn't you? I saw you coming together at the same time. And so, you know, he asked his bro for the details. And Bear tells him that, you know, it was nice, they got into some personal conversations, and, you know, she's having a rough time right now because of her dad. But she spent the night at his house, and they didn't do anything but share that one kiss. And the entire time that they're having this conversation in the clock-in room, you can see behind them from a distance that Nikki has been staring at them the entire time. And even Bear notices and tells Ian, hey, like, is she looking at us right now? And Ian tells him, like, yeah, so just, and then Bear basically tells him, like, act cool, we're just having a normal conversation. I do gotta tell you though, there was this one weird moment while we were making out where she suddenly snapped and it freaked me out. And Ian was like, oh, she was probably on something else. And Bear was like, yeah, she told me she was on like DMT or whatever. But even for that, it was like really weird, bro. And he's like, huh, I mean, I can talk to her and like see what's up. So at the end of the day, when they're closing up the store, Nikki goes with Ian, and apparently she fills him in on what happened last night. But Ian notices that there's something off about her. And he tells Bear that he can't quite put his finger on it, but she is acting different. And it's not just personal issues and her father, because Ian knew Nikki a little better than Bear. So he knows for a fact that Nikki hates her dad. They are not close at all. And the story about her not being able to stay home because it's rough on her mentally, it just smelled like total bullshit to him. ¿Qué tal perro y chat? You finished your food? What did you eat today? Yeah, I did. I finished. Where is it? I had a cup ramen with crispy breaded chicken on top and lots of hot sauce. That's what I had. It is really good. Bubble kibble. Yeah, Autobot is just so retarded. I have to permit the term goy manually, I guess. Anyway, so after the conversation, Ian is a bit sussed out, so he starts doing a little bit of research. And Nikki once again shows up to Bear's house and insists on spending time with him. But this time she is really clingy and practically throwing herself at him, which does set off a red flag for Bear, but he wants to believe that this is all actually Nikki and that she likes him. So his dumbass just keeps ignoring all of the red flags. And they shitty bang bang. They close the deal. They have sex, and in the middle of the night, Bear wakes up and Nikki's gone. She's not on the bed. But as the scene changes and we zoom out into the room from Bear's point of view, so it's basically they're giving us the point of view from his bed, and we see the other end of the room. There is what I think it's a closet, an armoire, some sort of drawer with a mirror and like a table and lamp on the corner, and Nikki is just in the corner standing there watching him sleep. And the way I describe it doesn't do the scene justice because it is very creepy. And once he notices this, he asks her, Nikki, what are you doing up there? Come back to bed. And Nikki runs across the room. She grabs a flower vase, puts it up to her face, and continues to run across the room until she's standing in front of the bed with her face being covered by this vase of flowers. And it seems like this scene is being set up to be a jump scare, but from what I remember, I don't think they end up doing that. He just tells her, Nikki, come back to bed, and she's like, okay, and just puts the vase, I don't know if she drops it or puts it down, but she basically puts the vase away and jumps back into bed all happy and cuddles up to him. you know, like, as a viewer, you're just like, what the fuck did I just watch? One thing that I hate about horror movies becoming so popular to the point where every person that doesn't usually watch these type of movies has to comment on it. It can be so annoying because I saw TikTok, and not just this one girl, but I've seen people on Twitter also make posts complaining about people who laughed during this scene and several other scenes in the screening of Obsession. There, I hate when this shit happens because people, there was this girl that was like, oh my god, people were laughing in the home theater, totally don't understand the message of the movie. They have like no respect and lack of awareness for all of the other people in the theater, blah blah blah. This wasn't supposed to be a funny movie. And I'm just like, oh my fucking god, you annoying ass tourist bitch. You probably never heard the name Curry Baker before this movie, and you because it's a horror movie, or it was presented as a horror movie, and you're not familiar with his work, you don't know that Curry Baker is very passionate about comedy. Actually, if you go to his YouTube channel, all of his earlier works are comedy skits. People are like, oh, this takes away from the seriousness and the message that the movie is trying to depict. Shut the fuck up, you annoying fucking bitch. There was a TikTok of an Asian girl that was talking about how she was so mad that the people next to her were laughing in the movie, that she was shaking with how angry she was, that she was holding back tears from how angry she was. And I was just like, oh my god, Jesus fuck, stay home. Stay home, girl. What the fuck? Who does that? Who what a fucking pussy ass bitch. It sounds like an annoying ass fucking Karen, in my opinion. Anyway, if you look at his work, Fly Me to the Earth, okay? This is, by the way, I really recommend this one. It's really funny, and they got the same guy who plays Joe Swanson from Family Guy, and what is that guy from Venture Brothers? You guys know exactly who I'm talking about. Where is he? There we go. Yeah, him. Yeah, Brock Simpson. Yeah, that's the character he plays there. That's not normal outrage, that's a mental health issue. I know, bro. I was like, girl, just stay home. Cause she was like, I'm a confrontational person, so I didn't say anything. And that's why I'm making this video. Because I rather complain on the internet. I bet you do, you pussy ass bitch. But if you look at his earlier work or you're familiar with it, you know that he's a huge comedy nerd. Even in his horror skit or mini films, he tries to put little comedic bits in there. So if you were familiar with his work, you were pretty much guaranteed to expect it even. So I really don't know why people were like bitching and complaining on social media about people laughing in the theaters. Those people just sound like miserable as fuck. I understand if someone was like talking next to you throughout the whole film, but laughing at a couple of scenes, Jesus. God forbid some people have a laugh at the movie theater during the very serious mental health film. But yeah, that scene was it started off pretty creepy, but it was just really goofy how quickly she snapped out of it, and it was like, okay, and jumped into the bed to cuddle him. Then things really start escalating after they have sex. She continues to stay over at his place, and in the morning when he wakes up, his dead cat is in the middle of the kitchen, surrounded by candles and I think flowers. And she tells Bear that she wanted him to have a proper send-off. And he's like, okay, don't do that. Okay, but don't do that again, okay? And she's like, okay, I won't do that again. Anyway, I made you lunch so you can remember me at work. God, I really wish I could go to work with you today. And you know, things are starting to finally throw off Bear. He's like, okay, well, there's obviously wrong with that bitch, because what the fuck was my cat doing in the middle of the kitchen this morning, right? So bro is starting to connect the dots and be like, okay, maybe it wasn't just the drugs that night. There is something definitely going on with her. VC, thank you for the follow, welcome in. And so he's talking to Sarah at work. They're talking about her being nervous about what university she'll get accepted into because she already applied to so many and got denied. And while they're, you know, chilling and talking during lunch, Bear realizes that there's something weird about his sandwich, and as someone would, if there's something weird with your food, you immediately inspect it. And this bitch fed him part of his cat. She made him grilled cat sandwich for lunch, bro. and upon realizing this, he instantly throws up. And he is just shaken up the entire day. I mean, like, boy spends the entire day disassociating, being traumatized, and he goes home and immediately confronts her, which she is very apologetic for. Don't worry. Why do the pets always get marked first? What did they do to deserve that? I know. That's why I'm so scared to take on a movie role. I know they're killing my ass first for sure. Did it taste okay? Honestly, he took the first bite and he was like halfway into the bite before he realized. So, all things considered, maybe it wasn't the worst sandwich. Because I would have definitely noticed right away. Like, homie noticed that like the second bite, bro. Like, nah. He already like swallowed a bit of cat. I would probably delete. Yeah, bro. I was like, ugh, that's. I can't imagine how much that would mess you up as a person. Wait, hold on. I had to let out a triple threat fart. I mean, hey man, one I'm fine with, it's pretty funny. A train fart? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But anyways, so he confronts her. He's like, "Yo, Nikki, what the fuck is wrong with you?" And she's just like, "But I love you. Okay, now I know not to cook the cat, so I won't do that again. Okay, my love." I'm probably getting some details wrong, but they go to sleep that night, or maybe it's the night after that. I don't know. That's why I think you guys should definitely watch this movie yourselves, even if I am spoiling bits of it for you. But there is a scene where Nikki is sleeping and Bear is awake. He's gone to the bathroom, and Nikki's true self is there talking to him, and she tells Bear, help me, please. That's not me. That thing, you know it's not me. And she asks him to kill her. She says, please just kill me, please. And Bear that wasn't me, and I wasn't farting. It was my fat dog moving around. I'm not farting. No, it was my fat dog. Anyway, the real Nikki starts asking Bear for help and pretty much telling him to put her out of her misery. I mean, her conscience is trapped in a body that is being taken over by another being, whether it be a demon, spirit, or I don't know, skinwalker. But we know that Nikki's true self is also trapped in there now. And instead of feeling sorry for her, Bear kinda takes this offensively. He takes that comment personally and tells Nikki, "I'll kill you." Why? Because it's so bad being with me. And this is the moment where my perception of Bear completely changes. I'm just like, oh, that is not at all what she was saying, bro. But the fact that you took it like this kinda says a lot about you. It's basically the moment that I think people like a lot of people change their perception of Bear. Sorry. He's just got self-esteem problems, been there. Yeah, but enough to let a girl suffer and be trapped in her own body with some sort of fucking demon or entity that controls her. Nah, he's so wrong for that. I was like, dude, you know what? You deserve to be alone. Like, what the fuck is this, man? That was wild. Bro has problems with consent. How do you go with the gardener? Did you destroy your plants? No, my plants are safe. Yeah, I was posted up there like a guard dog. I was pretending to keep busy and tend to my garden. I was out there doing like the most performative bullshit, like, oh yeah, let me water these plants and then let me like stare at them for like 10 minutes to make sure that they're drinking the water as expected. Clumsy Ninja DJ, welcome in. Papier Cotton. Good boy. He's a good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Koso, koso, koso. But yeah. Bear basically says, LOL bitch, GG's not my problem. And he fucks off and continues to go to the bathroom and take a dump, probably. And Nikki is just, well, the real Nikki, just keeps calling out his name and for help. Now, even though Bear definitely knows that the person he's with is definitely not Nikki, he tries his best to make it work. So a lot of times when he's talking to her, it's kind of like he's talking to a child. Like, remember, we can't do that. Remember, we have to do, spend some time apart sometimes. We can't be together all the time. Remember, I have to go to the bathroom alone. And she's like, okay, can I at least stand outside? she basically becomes like a human dog. Except a lot more terrifying. Does he definitely know? Was it a dream? No, it wasn't a dream. This is all actually happening. And guess after he talks to the real Nikki trapped inside her body, he definitely knows that it's not the Nikki that he once knew, but he's just so desperate to make things between work, so he continues to live out this lie. One of my favorite scenes has to be when they're both at a party and they're playing silly drinking games and I think they're doing some bullshit like spin the bottle, and Bear gets there to kiss the girl next to him, which happens to be his other coworker, Sarah. And Bear turns to look at Sarah, and before they could do anything, Nikki grabs her chair, pulls her back, and she puts herself right next to Bear so he could kiss her instead. And it's really funny because everyone like is just awkwardly staring in silence after that. So it's just like a really good and awkward scene. And even Nikki realizes that everyone is really put off by this. So she gets up and she goes, "Okay, guys, you can stop now. I was just kidding. It was just a joke. Come on." And the entire room remains silent. And she goes, "Okay, you know what? I wasn't kidding. Deal with it." It's such a good scene. And also, how could you not see stuff like that and not understand that even though those moments are meant to be kind of tense and awkward, they're also meant to be funny. Like, Dasha was pretty funny. But like, if you put yourself in Bear's shoes, it's a fucking nightmare. Like, oh my god, bro, that was so embarrassing. Demon Nikki gives cool head. I mean, don't worry, I'm looking for a solution, promise. Did you hear my tummy? Holy shit. Yeah, I'm gonna hydrate. The ramen is starting to cause some damage there. I don't know. My dumbass was laughing during Terrifier 3. I still haven't seen Terrifier 3. Actually, I don't know if I might be one of the very few people that fell asleep like 3 minutes into the second movie. I've seen the first one, but I never finished the second one. I just forgot to go back to it. Yeah, hold on, I gotta blow up again. Oh, we gotta watch it. Yeah, I'm done to watch it. Shut up. Anyway, after that embarrassingly weird party experience, Bear starts to get desperate. he kind of sees into the future, right? And starts realizing I can't fucking live like this, dog. This bitch is making my life hell. So he calls the One Wish Willow. He calls the company and asks if he could cancel his wish. But the operator tells him that the only way he can fix this is if someone else makes a wish, canceling his wish, or if he dies. Because if you die, your wish is basically expired, whatever. And what I like about the movie is that sometimes when you're watching certain movies, you think to yourself, oh well, why doesn't the character just try doing this, right? I'm pretty sure you guys have seen movies where the most, like, the solution is really obvious, but the character is doing gymnastics around it and pretty much taking every other route but the easy solution. What I like about this movie is that they do pursue that, but the thing is that everyone gets one wish, so Bear can't make a second one. And when he tries to get his friend Ian to do it for him, Ian just laughs at him. He tells him, like, come on dude, it's like, this shit's not gonna work, and if it did, he's like, I would wish for to be a billionaire, millionaire, whatever. So he breaks the One Wish Willow and wishes to be a millionaire. And as soon as he breaks it, money starts raining in his house. And he's like, what? Like, bro is flabbergasted, right? But Bear is crashing out. He's like, oh fuck, come on bro, it's just like, you just had to make the wish I asked you to do. Now who the fuck else am I gonna ask to do this thing for me? Like, he's crashing out, right? And so Bear tries to find someone else to make this wish for him. And actually, I'm leaving out a lot of details of this movie, but that's on purpose. So if you watch it and you're like, oh, B didn't talk about this, I'm doing that so there's stuff in the movie that still surprises you and you didn't see coming, okay? But basically, Bear gets a little clumsy, and leaves the only one wish willow that he has left in the living room while he's contemplating to off himself to put all of this to an end. You know, when everything else fails, why not kill yourself? And while he's contemplating suicide in the bathroom, Nikki gets a hold of the one wish willow and she makes the most obvious wish that you would imagine she would make, which is that Bear loved her the same way she loves him. But it's too late because Bear already downed half of his medicine cabinet, and this was before his body was taken over by the demon or entity that takes over their body after they make their wish. And as we see throughout the movie, the person that was once there is it's different from, they know and they are a different person than this demon. This entity or being is not even like a copy of them. Like they have no awareness of what one or the other is doing. So even though things could be all sunshine and rainbows because Bear would love her back, he already took the pills, and the entity taking over his body doesn't really know that until it's too late. So they're approaching each other to, you know, to embrace each other in their arms or whatever, and Bear falls and Nikki freaks out. She's like, oh my god, what's going on, Bear? Bear, talk to me. And Bear dies on her lap. And as soon as he passes away, Nikki's true self resurfaces, and she is terrified by the sight. I mean, she's in Bear's wrecked house with him dead on her lap. So as any traumatized person would, she immediately runs out of there. I mean, she doesn't even stop to check if bear is okay. She like she does not give a fuck. She just bolts out of there. Understandably so. Not gonna lie, cause like she tried to she tried to talk to him and get help from him, and he ignored her. So it's I think it's a pretty satisfying end. Like I said, there is a lot of bits and pieces that I left out. But I really enjoyed this movie, and I'm really glad that I got to watch it in theaters before it blew up, because besides those like goofy moments, my theater was pretty quiet. No one was really talking throughout the film, and it wasn't packed. Right now, the movie is blowing up from word of mouth and the internet so much that sorry, I had to cough. I need water. So, I'm glad that I watched it while it was still fresh in the theaters, because this movie has been blowing up so much that even some theaters still have it. Have seats for Dolby shows. I know my theater is, because I tried to watch the Backrooms today on the Dolby Cinema, but they're using that for Obsession still. So the only time that I can watch the Backrooms in Dolby quality is almost at midnight. So I'm going to literally like some of the last shows. I could have watched it earlier, but that would have been for standard laser. And I really want to watch it in Dolby. But yeah, man, this movie, I mean, I knew it was good, but I'm really surprised by how much it blew up. The Backrooms is also doing really well right now, especially for its opening weekend. It already made money, the budget back, and the weekend's not even over, it's just starting. That's pretty crazy. So my rating for this movie, it might be session starts at the end of June. What? That's insane. It might be on some websites pretty soon. I'm gonna give it. I think I'm gonna give it a 4. I'm gonna give it a 4. And if I come back and watch it and I feel it's not as good, I might change the rating later on. Yeah, watching movies on PC is kinda lame though, I don't blame you. I love watching movies in the theater because they have that good audio, and it's really nice to experience for certain movies or scenes, especially the ones where like the audio moves with what's going on the screen. It's like so much better than just like watching it at home, because it's more immersive. Like you literally hear characters and things move throughout the theater, and I think that's so cool. Scary movies need to be viewed in theaters, in my opinion. Yeah, I think for horror movies, some of the best experiences are definitely in theaters. Although there is like certain movies that I've watched at home that I think they definitely feel a bit scarier just because I'm home alone in the dark. But then I don't get the like 4K quality audio. So it's a bit of a trade-off, but I think I watched the Descendant, the one about the girls that go like cave exploring, which is, I don't know if I've ever rated this movie. Did I spell it right? No. Descent. Yes. Oh, I rated this one. Damn, I really like this movie too, huh? What the hell? Yeah, I highly recommend this movie too. I think I'll watch this one at home alone in the dark. And I really liked it. The second movie is also not that bad. It's not as good as the first one in my opinion, but it's still good. So I think they're definitely worth the watch. Yeah, I recommend it. I am really excited about watching the back rooms tonight. I hope it's as good as people have been saying it is. Anyway, I wanted to play some Lego Batman after the stream, but my throat hurts. So if I do that, I probably won't have a voice later on today. My throat doesn't even hurt. It's just, it feels really dry, bro. Maybe I didn't drink enough water on stream today. I still have a bit of my Dr. Pepper. Anyway, now we can get rid of this. Yeah. But I really need to go some more liquid or cough drop. I'm running out of cough drops. They taste so good. They're what are these? I don't know. They taste like honey. Mm. They're cough drops specifically for sore throat. I also want to play Forza Horizon 6, but it's so expensive. I might have to wait to play that one. Not because it's not even because I can't afford it. I just feel guilty about buying games when I still have other games that I want to play, aka Batman Lego Batman. So for me to justify spending another $70 on another game, I have to play Batman Lego more. Yeah, dude, I told you about a vlog. I definitely will stream some Lego Batman gameplay tomorrow though, cause I really wanted to play it, but also I don't play it when I'm not streaming because I didn't want to get too far into the story without you guys. Thanks for sharing your experience with us. Not that I would care. Buckle. Not like I care or anything. Buckle. Clip of Lego Batman that's going around is funny as fuck. What? Have I seen it? I don't know if I have. I've seen a lot of Lego Batman memes though. Free roam most of the stream. I just figured out how to unlock Alfred and Bruce Wayne as playable characters. I heard you can't play the villains in this Lego Batman game, which kind of makes me sad. I don't know. Do you guys think they'll do an update or DLC? When I hope so. You get to be. What? I up, I gotta blow up. Jesus fuck. Oh my god, oh my god. I better, bro. Dude, I better get all of my gas out before the movie theater. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Everyone being dead silence in the backroom show, and all of a sudden you just hear. I'm gonna have to like. I'll try to burn myself after stream or some shit, bro. Trapped in the crack rooms. Have you been to that crackhead simulator VR chat world? I went to it the other day and it was so nice. I felt right at home. My favorite part is when you walk around and some dude bangs in the door and starts asking you to pay the rent. It was so good. This is me in the crackhead world. I definitely recommend it. Hi Reaper. Oh, thank you for the sub. What? we were having some lunch, some Fatfuckfriday lunch, and talking about movies. I'm really excited to watch the Backrooms tonight. I really wish I could have seen like the early screening of it, but I couldn't get any friends to go with me, and also my car is in the shop, so not only could I not get friends to watch it with me the first day, but I didn't have the car to drive myself if I wanted to go alone. But I'm going with my roommates tonight, so I'm not driving and I'm not alone. I can't wait. I'm actually fat fucking chilled. Always have been. Not so much more physically, but I think my inner fat girl is still somewhere there. We've had enough. Shut the fuck up. Okay. Bong hit. Bong hit. I'll open up. Have you gone to the Passion Cave world on Beer? Nope. I don't think I have. Today? Oh, it's Friday. Oh, whoa, whoa. It's Friday. So, SmackDown is starting up right now. We are gonna read into Hanny. Hanny she's Pog. She invited me to the Level Up Expo in Vegas. And she's the whole reason why I mustered up the courage to go to my first expo con as my VTuber, and I got to meet a lot of cool indie wrestlers and people, so I'm really glad that I did that. So shout out to Hanny. She's cool as fuck, and she also loves wrestling too. Yeah, it was really fun. I've never been to even like a small indie wrestling show. So being there like in the front row and watching all the fights up close was definitely a good experience. I want to do it again. I think attending a con that, you know, is full of weebs and wrestling fans, it's like the perfect type of con to debut in, I guess. Because I mean, like, it's so fitting, and I think you made for easy conversations. Cause I'm gonna be real, I was really nervous about not knowing what to talk about with people, because, you know, I'm not a big streamer, so I knew that a lot of the people that I met probably weren't gonna have any idea who I was. So, you know, being an event full of wrestling and weaves, it definitely made things easier. Born BT, welcome in. Anyway, cheers! I'm not sure what time I'll be playing Lego Batman tomorrow. I don't think I set a time on my schedule, so I'll just update you guys on Twitter or Discord. Can I run speed one more hit before we go? Wait, where's my... There it is. Anyway, Honey's talking about the event right now. So, it's a good time to stop by. If you are curious to see more pictures, I think she's doing like a little slideshow right now. Bye everyone. Have a good rest of your weekend. And well, if I don't see you, some of you will probably see you tomorrow. Remember, whenever you make a wish, think about it carefully, cause you never fucking know. You gotta be very specific with these things. I think that's the lesson in all of this. But if I What would you guys wish for? Oh fuck! It's time to go. Bye. Say hi to Honey for me. Look at Trav. What? I didn't read that. Fucking chat. It scrolls by too fast, even on slow mode.